Notice Alyssa's butt.
It's being held up by Jesus and a whole shit ton of bobby pins.
I'm gonna love you till my lungs give out.
Hey, you weirdo.
Hey guys, we have decided that in honor of Pride Month, we would do a Q&A / giving advice based off of our experiences or just, you know, our knowledge.
Yeah.
And we get these questions all the time, constantly, from a bunch of different people, and instead of, you know, answering each individual person the same thing, we might as well give you guys a video that would hopefully help you in the process of coming out and or feeling comfortable with being out already. So we'll get right into it.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you get over your best friend who's also a girl when she has a boyfriend but once told you she loved you back?
My advice here, because I've dealt with a similar situation like this, is that take it for what it's worth and just trust that she meant what she said. So if she said, I love you back, then maybe she did love you back. But feelings and people change as they get older, as they meet new people and have new experiences. So don't rule her out as being unavailable, like in a sense of like gay, straight, etc. But spend your time instead focused on either yourself or finding someone different, because as of right now, in this moment, she is taken.
How do you date someone who is in the closet? Welcome to being gay. That is a thing. Both of my first two girlfriends were in the closet.
Yeah.
I was the person that they came out with. And it was really hard. I mean, at some point, they are going to have to come out. One thing I had to learn was to try and be patient with them while they were coming out. But again, I mean, it's up to you if you wanna be in that situation, if you're strong enough to be in a situation like that, to where you're like, I don't care if they don't ever come out, because I thought I was gonna be like that, and then eventually it got really hard to just be the friend constantly. So I mean, you really have to figure out if you wanna be that for the rest of the relationship, or if you wanna
for the remainder of their in the closet.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to
just know that, like, you know, I've been in a similar situation like that, and like one of my biggest takeaways from it was the fact that like I was getting frustrated as well as to like being like the unknown significant other or whatever. But at the same time, you have to realize that like that is what you're signing up for. And if you don't,
that's also true.
I mean, if you don't want to be in a relationship like that, don't be in a relationship like that. If you truly care and love the person, then you make sacrifices, but don't hurt them because of your frustrations of getting into a relationship that ended up,
How do you feel before and after you came out? So I felt like I was just like hiding all the time. And then when I came out, I was like, this is me, like I'm gay, and now I can finally be like as talkative as I am now, because I wasn't as talkative. I mean, unless I like knew you, I was like pretty shy. I was like really shy. I wasn't like the type of person that was like outgoing. I wasn't the type of person that was like would want to be like the center of attention. Not that I want to, but when I came out, it was more of like, I don't know, kind of like taking off like a costume or something like that. Like,
it almost feels like not like fake, and I use that word lightly because you're putting your personality forward. You're just keeping a bit of yourself back. But like beforehand, I kept trying to like be this someone in high school that all of my friends were like going along with and being as well and dating guys and all of that. But to me, all of the relationships were so like forced that it like afterwards I was just like, oh, thank God.
I really want to my father's side of the family.
I'm assuming come up.
But I don't know how they'll react. Please help. I think you just have to play it by ear. I think realistically, like, we get a lot of those, like, how do I come out? How do I come out? but it's like you were the only person that knows your family.
Yeah.
Like you personally know them. I can just be like, I can tell you, be like, yeah, just come out. It's gonna be fine. But that's not your experience. It's my experience. It was fine, and I knew and judged my family enough to understand like how they would be if I came out.
Yeah.
And you have to do the same. You have to figure out the type of personality, the type of person that the people that you're coming out to are, and then go from there.
You have to kind of take it for what it is, and if they don't accept you, then they don't accept you. And unfortunately, you staying in the closet is only going to hurt yourself.
And what's more important to you, being yourself or hiding for the sake of other people?
Yeah. That was good. Good job.
Thank you. I just made it up in my head. If you could go back and come out all over again, but in a different way / better way, would you?
I had a good coming. Well, actually, that was like a pre-coming out.
That was like I'm bisexual, and you were like I'm lying.
That was also.
I would do it differently because I came out on MySpace, and my coming out wasn't really like a coming out. Like I just changed something on my MySpace, and then I let people come to me after they saw it, and they were just like, "So, is it true?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they were like, "Okay." So I didn't really get like a coming out. Not that that was bad. I mean, like either way, it would have been good. But I feel like now looking back, now that I'm confident with who I am, I wish I would have been able to be like, so I'm gay, and sit down and tell them face to face instead of them finding out online, because that kind of sucks. Like if they found it.
I wish I would have been out of high school. I have a feeling that I would have been much more happier. I probably would, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to like reflect back on like, oh, how things like could have been, but like things could have been different. And like maybe I would have wanted to go to high school.
Yeah. And again, everything we're saying is our own personal experiences. It has nothing to do with your experiences. So we don't want to tell you like, oh, well, they said that they came out in high school, so I should, because like you have to play it by, you know, your own rules. How to come out to homophobic parents. With homophobic parents comes with, you know, if they aren't accepting, comes with a lot of like backlash.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Especially like depending on your age, which also relates to how much you depend on them.
Yeah,
whether
I think you need to play it.
Live in their
I think you need to play it safe. And if if you don't feel like it would be safe for you to come out, don't come out.
Yeah.
2, if you do come out, have a plan, have somewhere that you can go, have a friend that you can call, have someone that you can go to. There also is so many places in cities, I'm sure where you live as well, where there's like places where people can go, like LGBTQ centers and stuff like that. So I mean, if you really feel like I can't hide it anymore and you need to come out, do it for yourself and not for anyone else, but have also a plan if you fear for your life or something like that.
Now, mind you, of course, everybody's experience is different, and just because you feel like your parents are homophobic, you coming out to them could go surprisingly well. Yeah. But it's always best to make sure that you're prepared for either reaction.
Ever had a crush on a boy and thought you were in love before realizing you were gay? Yes. I did have a crush on a boy, but let me explain, okay? I was gay. I've known I was gay since I was 4 years old. But growing up, I was very shy, and I didn't really have a lot of friends. So there was this boy, we'll call him Blank. And
Blank.
Yeah, anyways, he was really attractive. I know that I'm gay, but I can identify an attractive person. I can be like, yeah, you're hot as hell. Yeah. So he was really attractive, and not only that, he was super sweet. And I think that I took that as, oh, I really like him because he's super nice and he talks to me, as like, oh, maybe I have a crush on him, even though in my head I was like, I'll probably have a crush on his girlfriend. But like, so in a sense, I guess I did have a crush on him. I think I had more of a crush on him as a person because he was really attractive and popular and really nice. So
yeah, I agree with that. So I dated guys all through high school and stuff. And the one thing that all of them, except for one, had in common was the fact that like they were like nice and kind to a fault. And I think that that is more of like, well, it's an attractive quality. So I think that that niceness, I don't know, like I knew I was gay, but at the same time, like that niceness was very comforting and attractive.
Is there an age that is too young to come out? No.
Yeah.
Simple answer.
Mhm.
No.
No.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And that doesn't mean that you can't change your mind in the
Mhm.
future, and that doesn't mean that you have to stick with that right away. I mean, there's so many people, for example, Caitlyn Jenner, who, you know, came out as trans
Yeah.
when she was 65 years old, or however
Yeah.
old she is.
Yeah. So
You're
in
never-
that same
You're
breath,
never too young, and you're never too old.
there you go.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, you stealed it. You
I know,
stealed
stealed
it
it.
from me.
How did you learn to be comfortable after coming out? I need to know because I still have trouble with it.
So my biggest thing, and it sounds kind of crazy and weird, but it's really not, I think, in like the lesbian community. But when I came out, I was living in Connecticut and I was new to the state and the area and didn't have any friends. So what I did was I made a online dating profile to not only maybe meet someone, but also make friends as well. And that was kind of my way of like getting more comfortable with it, because then that leads to first dates, it leads to like first kisses and all of that.
But it also leads to the fact that, like, you know other gay people, and
Yeah.
those people could be comfortable already with themselves, and you could learn from that. Just hanging
Yeah.
out with them, you could feel like, oh my god, look at them, they're gay.
Yeah.
They're so confident with that,
Mhm.
with being gay.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the same thing. I ended up like dating someone, and then I just started not to care, and then I had friends that were really supportive.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like it's a group effort. It's not just like you have to try and feel comfortable yourself. I mean, like your family and your friends and everyone around you can help you, you know, feel comfortable with and confident with being gay. It just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Ask any gay person, ask any people that you watch on YouTube that are gay as well. It's not something that happens overnight. It can happen after, you know, years.
Yeah.
Being able to hold a girl's hand, being able to kiss a girl in public, being able to do something, you know, in public where you really do not give a shit that someone is watching you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you shouldn't anyways. Coming out without any experience with girls, yet still knowing, how do you get people to see you valid?
That actually irks me, because when you're straight, you don't have any other, like when you're dating like your first boyfriend or whatever, you have no other experience, no other like way to prove, quote unquote prove, that you like boys other than just going for it and just knowing in your head.
Yeah, and no one
The
questions
same
that.
has to be for gay people, whether it's lesbian, gay, trans, non-binary, etc. You know, you just know, you know it in your head. So being valid or not is not the important part. Knowing is the important part, and feeling comfortable enough to act upon it, that's important. There's nothing that makes it valid. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and also
really
you
doesn't.
don't have to prove to anyone that you're gay.
Yeah.
You yourself needs to know, and that's it. And if other people want to accept it, they will. And if other people don't want to accept it, then that's their own problem, and you don't need them in your life.
Yeah.
So,
And
how to deal with feelings of guilt for being out to friends but not my family?
sometimes it's just more comfortable. I've had friends in the past that have come out to me, and like I'm like the first one. But you know, it's a level of comfort that you think is mutually felt between yourself and another person, whether that be a friend or family. And sometimes you just feel more comfortable being open and honest with your friends. It's just how it is, and I don't think that parents take offense to it.
But also, you don't have to, you know, feel guilty for hiding this from your family, because it's your own journey. It's not their journey. Have you ever felt, because of your sexuality, that you wouldn't be accepted in a workplace environment?
To be honest, no.
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever. And realistically, if that were to ever happen, then that's not the job for me. You shouldn't want to work at a place where you don't feel accepted.
Yeah.
And no job is worth that. You
Yeah.
should feel safe. You should feel wanted, and you should feel accepted.
100%.
I fully support pride, but I am straight, and my parents think I am weird for that. What do I do? Who gives a flying fuck what your parents think? If you want to be an ally, you be an ally.
Yeah.
You ally that shit up.
Yeah. It's so important, like nowadays, the community relies on allies to help us move forward and to help us make change happen. So you being an ally is so freaking important that, I mean, thank you for that.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter what.
Thanks,
anybody else
Ashlyn
thinks.
Jones. Girl. What do you do if you've come out to your parents like 4 years ago and they act like you've never said anything? They're religious. You just keep doing you, because they're, no matter what they feel or no matter what they don't acknowledge, it doesn't make you any less gay. It doesn't make you any less who you are.
Yeah.
And that's just something that they're gonna either have to accept or get over.
Yeah. And maybe that's their way of dealing with it as well.
Some parents do that. Some parents just don't speak about it, and they're just like, I'm gonna act like it's not happening, but I'm also not gonna be like rude to you. Unless it gets to the point where they are being like, you know, rude or aggressive or just mean to you, then I think you need to remove yourself from that situation, because it's not healthy for you. Because, you know, here you are living your life and, you know, being happy and loving who you are, and then there's people just bringing you down. You don't need that. All right, you guys, that is the video. We hope that you guys enjoyed this. Honestly, we enjoyed doing this because we know that this might help a lot of you. And if you guys want us to do another one, because I mean, we got hundreds of questions and we can only answer a select few. If you guys want us to do another one and this really did help you, let us know. Put new questions in the comments below. New ones.
We read them all.
Yes, we read all of them. We do. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up if you already have not, because there's some of you that do that before you watch the video, and we see you and we love you. And what else should they do?
Subscribe, because we put out new videos every Monday and Thursday, and we're kind of fun.
Yes, and follow us on all of our social media, links in the description, Instagram, Twitter. She has Snapchat, Facebook. We have a Facebook. You guys, go like our Facebook. We have Facebook.
We have one.
We have it. You should do it.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
And we love you guys, but don't make it weird.
Always make it weird.